Hello everyone, I'm here at the Sunset Marquee, okay, where the rock happened in Hollywood, and I'm here with two big guys. This guy is from the band Scream, and this guy is from the band Mendoza Nieto Herrera.
Yeah.
Heredia.
Yeah, that's one of my
I got it, huh?
You got it, very good.
Nobody knows for that, right? I mean, not too many people.
That's an obscure one, yeah, but you got it.
Oh, I got it. And obviously, yeah, people know about a little bit Scream. Okay, John y Marco. Okay, guys, I'm so flattered that I having this opportunity to interview you again. I interviewed already both of you, and thanks for being here. So let's start about how the band started.
Well, actually, Marco could probably tell you better because he was here longer than I was.
Well, it's the same process for everybody. Yo andaba de gira en español primero.
You can say in English. I can translate.
Okay. We were touring. I was touring Australia real fast. I was touring Australia with Thin Lizzy, Motley Crue, Kiss tour, and I met David Lowie.
Yeah.
David Lowie had this project, the Daisies. He had an album. They recorded an album. They had songs, him and John Stevens, and they wanted to put a band together to go tour with Aerosmith in Australia. And I heard the music, and I was very interested. It spoke to me loudly, and I moved some things around, and I went and did the run, the dates, and after 3 or 4 shows, we're like looking at each other going, this could be something fun. Why don't we think about taking it further? And here we are. I mean, it's a long story, but here we are, 2016, with John Corabi, Doug Aldridge, Brian Tichy, David Lowie, and myself, and we're having a blast. And we have a new album that's called Make Some Noise.
Make Some Noise.
Yeah.
So how was the fact that the band has different musicians from the inception to the present, and how it impacted in the sound of the band? I mean, because you were not at the beginnings, different voices.
Well, I've done 2 records with the band now,
Revolution
and this record, Make Some Noise. I think this record with Doug coming in, obviously Dizzy and Richard went back to Guns N' Roses for their reunion tour, and I think we didn't use keyboards on this record, so I think it just lended itself to be a little more aggressive, just a little more in your face, straight ahead, more guitar riff heavy. So having Doug in the band and no keyboards actually, I think was a big part of the sound or the vibe of the new record.
Always wanted to have an opportunity to work with him. I've been a friend and a fan for a while, and so the opportunity came up, and we called him, and he was curious enough to check it out, and he's here. Same thing with Doug. So all right, $5. And the other thing, he's a beautiful man.
I gotta pay him for the compliments.
Oh.
Yeah. And the other thing, he's such a beautiful man. And I find him very sexy. And give me some more, man. No. I'm being.
It's like a wife with a dick.
No, but no. It's just. I use this word a lot because I believe it's fate. When you start something and you find yourself crossing, without getting too deep, your life's crossed at a certain point in life, and then you meet down the street somewhere a few years later. It's supposed to happen. I really believe in that.
Regarding Make Some Noise, tell me about it. How was the production?
Well, we had Marty Fredrickson produce.
Yeah. A good one, huh?
Yeah, Marty. I've known Marty for years. He actually, I can't remember the name of the band, but I've known Marty since 1991 or 1990. His band opened for the Scream, and I've just kind of been in the background watching. He went from being a player to producing Brother Kane, then some other things, and then he went on to Aerosmith, and it was like Motley and Def Leppard and Ozzy, and but the thing that I love about Marty is he's not just a great producer, he's a great songwriter. So I knew we would have great sound with Marty, but it was really good to have him in the room when we were writing, and having another songwriter, like fresh eyes and ears, to listen to what we were doing and go, I really dig this. Maybe if you do this, or maybe if you do that, you know what I mean? So he's like one of the guys now, you know what I mean? It was awesome working with him. But we all just got into a room the first day with Doug in Nashville. We started January 25th, and we just sat down with our computers and phones and just started throwing ideas at each other. No songs, just riffs.
Yeah.
And we wrote, recorded, mixed, and mastered the record in about 5 weeks. Everything.
Wow.
Everything.
It was fast.
Yeah. Well, it honestly, it was the same on the last record, because we live so far away from each other. When we do a record, you know, obviously there's costs of staying in hotels and different things like that. So when we do get to work, we all get into the headspace like, all right, we got to knock this out, and we don't want to play around. So we get in, we put in long days, and we work every day, Sundays, everything. But we'll get in 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, and we'll work till 9, 10 o'clock at night, and we just knock everything out. But these guys, they're all of them are such great players, and everybody's got so many.
$5.
Yeah, $5, please. All right, that's fine. I'll call myself later. But like, there's never a shortage of ideas for songs. Once we do lay the songs down for other parts and different things like this, so it all happens very quick. So it's pretty awesome.
You have a lot of cats that have a lot of experience. You know, we've kind of been trained, and we've learned how not to do things. So, yeah, we move fast without sounding pretentious. But Marty, again, got to give him a lot of credit. Marty really focused us and pointed the direction that we were kind of looking for, searching. He kind of opens the windows and goes, guys, it's right there. Come on. So we go. It's like that, you know.
Come a little bit closer. You're going out of the screen.
Yeah, I just want you guys to look good.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. No.
Come on, look.
Oh my gosh, this is terrible. I'm not gonna come back anymore. I'm joking. Tell me about the covers, the Who and Creedence. Who choose? I mean, how do you choose the song? You have thousands of songs, thousands of bands, great songs everywhere.
Yeah.
How do you come up with only one or maybe two in this case?
You know, we're always jamming.
Two, right? It's always been two covers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Oh, okay.
But I do want to say about Fortunate Son. I remember we were doing acoustic stuff in Europe, and when we grab acoustics, for some reason, all this other stuff, because that's where we started. So all this stuff starts popping, and we did Fortunate Son as an acoustic song. It was Richard, you and me. I remember it's in Finland. Let's do that one, okay. And management was there. Yeah, in Finland, in Helsinki, radio show. And management said, you know, that's a good song. Why don't you play that on stage? And we said, all right. So we checked it out, sound check. And as soon as we played it, the audiences, wherever we go on the planet, whatever language. So we're big fans of CCR. I mean, they have a catalog that just never quits. And then you can tell them about...
Yeah, Join Together was just, you know, I can't say, it's weird. I love The Who. And there were so many other songs that we could have done, like they're the obvious ones. You know what I mean? Join Together for me has always been a great song for weird reasons. Like, obviously it's a great sing-along for the audience, and they all, like, even in the arenas, we do this little breakdown at the end, and we get the crowd singing along with us, and then it's just awesome. So it's very easy for them to connect with. But the thing that got me about it is on the second verse of Join Together, when the bass and the guitar kick in with that riff, down, down, da 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 down. I always thought that was the heaviest riff, you know, just, you know. So when we were recording, I just said my idea for a cover song would be Join Together by The Who, and everybody went, oh, okay, yeah, I think we weren't sure because of all the stuff that's going on in the beginning, but Doug came in with the other riff, like he tweaked it a little bit, And then we just sat down and started jamming, and as soon as we started playing it, it was like, yes, this is going to work. It's going to be awesome. And those two songs, actually, we play them in the set, and they go over great. You know what I mean? It's pretty awesome.
I'm curious about something. Considering that we are here at the Marquis Hotel, nobody of the employees call you, hey, how are you, Mr. Tyler?
No, you know
Not
what?
yet?
I've got yesterday.
They are here.
I know. That is why I'm calling.
No. There's. Well, I don't know if Steven's here. He's staying. I think he's got a house here.
He's at a house here.
Yeah.
He used to stay here. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Tell me about.
Brad is here. And the other cat's here.
It's here. I saw him a few times. Yeah. So, in talking about different things, how do you see the end of Motley Crue?
How do I see the end of it?
How did you see? Yeah. How
You know, more power to those guys. I mean, at the end of the day, they made a decision to, you know, for lack of a better term, go out on top. They were still drawing huge crowds, and I think that tour was one of the bigger tours this year, or last year. You know, I wish them the best of luck. We're actually going to be at, after we get done here, we have a few days off, and then we're doing the Loud Park Festival in Japan, and 6 a.m. we're playing on the same day. Mm-hmm. So I wish all those guys the best of luck. I know Mick's doing a solo record, Tommy's doing stuff, Vince is out touring. I just saw Vince.
you gonna see him at the Rock Ship? You gonna play together
On the where?
next year at the.
Oh, yeah,
Master-
yes, in February.
Yeah.
So I just saw Vince right before we started this tour. I did a festival in Nashville with my band, and Vince and I were hanging out. We're fine, you know what I mean? But, you know, they decided, like, okay, we've done enough. We don't want to do this anymore. We're probably still going to record together or do different things together, but, you know, they went out on top, man. So it's like, you know, and I think they're going to be one of those bands. I don't know when or how long it'll take, but I would imagine they're going to definitely be one of the bands that gets inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
You know, so I wish them the best of luck.
Well, they owe me you being part of the last tour because I really wanted to to see you playing with them. You know, it's something that I'm
You know what
I'm
I
gonna.
say, though, my friend, life is as it should be. Life, everything about life is exactly the way it should be. I have no regrets about anything I've done in the past, and I'm just looking to the future. So it's all good. You know, it's unfortunate maybe for some fans that it didn't happen, but, you know, it is what it is.
Union? Anything with Union?
No, honestly, everybody's so freaking busy. You know, Brent is playing with Derek St. Holmes and Whitford St. Holmes.
Okay.
So he's doing that. Jamie's been doing, and Jamie's been with Roger Daltrey doing some stuff.
Yeah.
Bruce is still doing Grand Funk Railroad, and I've been so busy with this. Like, I literally have another live record in the can waiting to be released for my solo band. I did the Motley '94 album live, so we've got there's so much stuff going. So to do Union or to do any sort of a tour, it's going to take some time to rehearse and all that stuff. And right now, I don't have any spare time right now at all.
I knew it before the interview, but I gotta ask. You know.
No, what do you mean?
I knew. I interviewed Bruce a few.
Yeah.
And he told me the same, but I get asked every time that I see you guys.
No worries.
Maybe something.
It was, and you know, it's unfortunate for some reason we connected in just about every country around the world but America. And at the time, America's where you made your money.
Yeah.
And we just, you know, it was weird. We could get crowds to come and see us play live, but it wasn't translating record sales. Now it's funny, like, I mean, our first record came out in '98, so it's almost 20 years later. You know what I mean? 20 years later, all these fans are going, man, that was such a great band. Like, you guys should get back together again. And we never really split up.
Say, man, what I always like to say is you never say never. Opportunities come up, a few years go by, we take a break from this, you never know. So I would love to see that. I would have loved to have seen John with, with the Crew too. That's an amazing album.
Scream.
Yeah, I was a fan of all that stuff. Yeah, so many projects. So, but, you know, what seems impossible today, a few months go by and boom, there it is. It pops.
Yeah.
So you never know. But life is exactly the way it's as it should be this moment. So you go with that, you know.
I read you play with Rise I Fred. Tell
Oh,
me
yeah,
tell
yeah.
me that experience with it.
You know they've blown it really out of proportion.
Right. I did not know that. That explains. I'm too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy for my. I got it now.
They blew the nicest cats on the planet. One, two. Richard Niles, the producer, is a friend of ours, of mine, and Michael Ruff. And we were in London playing, and they needed some cats to come in the next morning in the studio. They were in the studio. Would you be interested? Yeah. Nobody knew what the session was about. Like some sessions, we're session guys. They call you. Yeah, come on. I had a day off in London. I walked in and say hello to the guys and go, holy, oh cool. So what are we doing? Oh, this is the part. You're gonna sing this and do this there and play, and that was it. But it was such a quick thing because they were so major in the pop market. It carries a lot of weight. So somebody got a hold of it. And maybe we got mentioned somewhere and they took it. But that's fine. Really appreciate you guys need me again, give me a call.
Awesome.
That's it.
Thank you for the interview. Anything else you want to say to your fans? Any touring maybe?
Just stay tuned at Daisies.com. A lot of info. We need a lot of time to go through everything. But
We're doing Japan, Loud Park. We're going to South Korea to play for USO shows
South
for the
Korea,
troops.
No, South America.
No, South Korea, not yet.
Okay.
And then we're going back to Europe for 2 months with a band called The Answer, and hope to see you there. All the info though is www.thedeaddaisies.com.
And buy obviously the CD, right?
sí.
Okay. Gracias.
Adiós, muchas gracias, mi gente latina. Les mando un abrazote aquí. Y si les gustó la entrevista, do a like, okay?
What he said. See ya.